Hi guys, happy Boxing Day. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas with your friends and family. Welcome to day one of our 12 days of yoga. If you're ready to get back on your mat, come and join me, get comfortable. Today we're going to do a gentle, slow flow, stay close to the ground, but still add a little bit of energy back into your body. So come around to your knees and come into child's pose. So take your knees out wide, big toes touching, reach your arms out in front of you, and then melt your chest down towards the floor, placing your forehead on the mat if you can. Taking a moment to breathe in and out through the nose, connecting with your breath. So deep breath in, fill up the back of the body. And then as you exhale, try and release any tension from your shoulders, from your neck. And just sink yourself a little bit closer to the ground. One or two more deep inhales and exhales. And then on your next inhale, bring yourself up, push your hips forward and come into extended cow pose. We're stretching out the belly, draw the shoulders back and down, lift the chest. And then exhale, sink yourself back to your child's pose. Inhale once more, push forward, mobilizing the spine here. And then exhale, hips back towards your heels. Once more, inhale, come forward. Lift that chest up, pull those shoulders back. And then exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, come and take yourself up to tabletop. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And then we want a slight brace of the core, so draw the belly in towards the spine. And then we want to flex your right foot, and as you inhale, you're going to lift your leg up, keeping the knee bent, keeping the shoulders and the hips level to the mat. Finding a nice squeeze in the glutes. This should be quite hard work on the core. And then as you exhale, make a big circle with the knee, warming up the hips. Inhale, push up once more. Heel towards the ceiling. Weight evenly in your hands. And then exhale, make a circle. We'll do one more. Inhale, rise. And exhale. Keep that knee hard above the mat. And then inhale, reach that right leg behind you, nice and long. Point the toe down towards the mat. And then place the foot on the floor. Turn your foot to the side. And then turn your other knee 90 degrees behind you, coming into a side plank, reaching that right hand up to the sky. Pushing down through the outer edge of that right foot. And then strong core, belly into the spine. Keep that neck nice and neutral. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale. And then as you exhale, take that right hand over, palm facing down towards the floor, drawing the shoulder back so you get a nice stretch in the side of the body. Push down firmly through that left hand. Deep breath in. And then inhale, lift yourself all the way up into gate pose, bringing your torso over your hips. As you exhale, take one hand down that straight leg, and the other hand up and over, finding a side bend on the other side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, back to your gate pose, then take your hands to your hips, and as you exhale, walk your foot in slightly, pointing your toes towards the back of the mat. So you're coming into a warrior two with the legs, but this back knee is down. So you're going to push your front knee, the right knee, to the outside edge of your pinky. Lift yourself up through the spine, draw the belly in, hips are open, feel that work in the glute. And then inhale, lift the arms up for warrior two. And then exhale, take your hand, back hand round to the front, clasp your thumbs together, and then lift your arms overhead And then take a nice side bend, thinking of a sun warrior position. Keeping that front knee over the ankle. Deep breath in and breathe out. And then inhale, release the hands. Right hand comes to the thigh, and as you exhale, left hand up and over for side angle pose. Option to take the hand down to the shins or a block if you wish. Reaching with those left fingers. Inhale. And then exhale, take your hands down to the mat. You're going to turn that left leg 90 degrees again, so you're now facing the opposite side of the mat. Left hand plants down on the floor. Make your feet and knee hip width distance. And then take an inhale. Lift up through the spine, finding a nice lunge position. So finding length in our spine. And then pushing our hips forward. Getting a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. And then exhale, straighten out that right leg, coming into a half splits position. Stay up on the fingertips so your spine's nice and long, or option to use blocks here if you have them. And then as you exhale, maybe thinking about taking a slight fold and increasing that stretch in the hamstring. And then inhale, we go forward again. Lift the chest up, push the hips forward, get that stretch on the left side. And then exhale once more to the right. Pushing the hips back. You can have a slight bend in that right knee if you need. And then inhale, come back to a neutral lunge. Knee over the ankle, take the left hand down to the mat. And then as you exhale, you're going to take the right hand up to the sky for a twist. Drawing the right shoulder back, reaching the fingertips nice and tall. And that chest is close to the thigh. Use your exhales to see if you can twist a little bit deeper. And then inhale, take your hands back down to the floor, find them shoulder width distance. As you exhale, lift the back knee and then step it back into your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, deep bend in the knee, push down through the hands, find that spinal extension, and then release any tension in the neck. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, maybe walk out your dog, finding a little stretch down the calves and the hamstring. Remembering to breathe through your nose. And then inhale, come forward into a strong plank position, draw the belly into the spine, push your hands into the mat, spread the shoulders, and then exhale, drop the knees, lower yourself all the way to the mat. Elbows tuck in. Inhale, lift up for cobra, chest rises. And then exhale, push yourself back into child's pose. So you should still be facing the back of the mat. And then we'll do that sequence on the other side after we've had a few moments gathering our breath. You notice I may be breathing a little bit loud. I have a little bit of a cold, so I do apologise. Please bear with me. Each exhale, relax those hips closer down towards your heels. And on the inhales, maybe walking the fingertips forward, finding a bit of length down the lats. And then inhale, lift yourself up, push the hips forward for that extended cow position, opening up the chest, and then exhale, back to child's pose. 2 more. Inhale, hips come forward, and exhale, hips back. 1 more. Inhale, mobilizing the spine. And exhale, working into the hips. And then inhale, get yourself back up to that tabletop position, knees under hips, hands underneath shoulders. Brace the core, belly in towards the spine. And then flex that left foot this time. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the left leg off the ground, pushing that heel up towards the sky, trying to keep our shoulders and hips level. And exhale, draw a big circle. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze that glute. Brace the core. And exhale, circle. Don't drop the knee down when you come to the bottom. One more, inhale, rise. And exhale, make your big circle. Keep that knee hovered still. And then inhale, reach the leg out long. Toes towards the mat, heel pushing behind you. Shoulders and hips as level as you can. And then drop that foot down to the mat. Turn it onto the edge of the toes. Right knee comes behind you this time in a 90-degree bend. Then you're going to push down through that right hand and inhale. Left hand comes up to the sky. Deep breath in. Core draws in. And then exhale, left hand up and over, palm facing down, finding that stretch in the side body. Reach the fingers long. Breathing into the ribs. And then strong core. Inhale, lift yourself up into gate, arms reaching opposite directions. And then exhale, you're going to take left hand down the left leg, or right hand up and over, finding that side body stretch on the other side. Shoulder draws back, lift up out of the pelvis. Then inhale, find your warrior two arms, and exhale, take your hands to your hips. Draw that left knee in slightly now, pointing your toes towards the top of the mat, keeping the hips open for our warrior two legs. Inhale, arms up, fingertips opposite directions. Keep those arms shoulder height. And then exhale, take that back hand to the front, clasp your thumbs, and inhale, lift up, arms overhead. Exhale, take a bend to the side, finding sun warrior position. Keep that knee over the ankle, keep pushing the knee towards the pinky toe. And then inhale, release the arms back to warrior two. And exhale, left hand to left knee, right hand over for your side angle. Again, your option here is to take the hand down to the shin or a block if you wish. Drawing the shoulder back, finding a nice stretch down the lats, down the obliques. Inhale, reach for those fingers. And then exhale, take your hands to the mat. And you're going to turn that right leg behind you again, 90 degrees. So we're back to where we were facing to begin with, finding that hip width distance with their knee and our foot. That front foot, front ankle, sorry, is directly under the knee. And then we're going to inhale, lift up onto the fingertips, finding a bit of length in the spine. And exhale, push the hips forward. So the knee comes forward a bit, but still pushing over the toes. Finding the stretch now on that right hip flexor. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to take take the hips back, left leg straight. Finding your half splits, again trying to keep some length in the spine, and then if you wish, you can fold over as you exhale, finding a deeper stretch down that left hamstring. Inhale, push the hips forward, lift up the chest. If you get a bit of a sore knee on that back knee, you can put a cushion underneath it. Just take a bit of padding so that you're not getting any pressure in the knee joint. Exhale, hips come back, find that straight leg, or slight bend in the knee if you need. Inhale, come forward once more, this time into more neutral with the lunge, so we're not pushing our hips too far forward, knee over ankle, right hand on the mat, and then inhale, taking that left hand up to the sky, drawing the left shoulder back, and as you exhale, draw the belly in, and find the length in your spine as you twist, pushing down through that right hand. Inhale, fingertips tall, and then exhale, plant that hand back down, take the left knee round, and then come back to your child's pose position, knees out wide, big toes touching, reach the arms forward, and sink your head and your chest down towards the floor. Breathing in and out through the nose. Try and make your exhales now slightly longer than your inhales. Promoting a little bit of relaxation in the body. Let's breathe together. Inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. One more together. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And then your choice, you can stay in child's pose, maybe come onto your back for Shavasana for a few minutes, or if you want to end your class now, just inhale, lift yourself up, nice and slow, come on round to your bum, crossing the legs for a nice easy position, lift the spine up tall, one final breath in, inhale, lift up the heart space, and exhale, ground down through the sit bones. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice today. I hope you enjoyed. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.